All right, let's see. Well, I don't remember where that goes. What's wrong with that now? I don't know. It's been too long. Oh, hey guys, welcome back. Well, look who's back. The 57. If you're unfamiliar with this project, let me take you on a little trip back in time. All right, I guess next I'll start tearing this thing apart. Nobody builds them really. Without dropping it, hopefully. Yep, that's it. There we go. There we go. All right, now this is the frame that I'm going to use for that truck. This is a 1977 C10 frame. I bought the Easy Chassis Swap kit. This was a pretty good deal, really. Saves you a lot of time and a lot of headache of building your own mounts. Yeah, you can do it. I was going to do it myself, but I just decided to buy them. All right, there you go. Pretty simple. Passenger rear bracket is bolted on. I'm a little off center here, but that's all right. Ooh. Now this frame is a long bed frame and I need to cut this thing down to shorten it up to match the original wheelbase. So that's what I'm going to be doing today. I don't know what happened, but I made a mistake, so I'm way off on my measurement here, so I need to take more out of the frame than I did. It's a little better. Drill some new holes and get it mounted up. But now these are down on top of the frame. Now from here to the edge of the bed to the cab is 1.5 inches. That's where it was originally. Now the bed sits nice and level. Looks pretty good. I think it was 18 gauge. So I got to blend it in there pretty good. It's not 100% perfect. I'm no chip foos. For what this thing's going to be, this isn't going to be a show truck, so it looks really, really good.
Right, so as far as cab corners go, we just got these off the internet. I forget what company I got them from, but I'm sure they're the finest Chinesium they could find.
Garbage, well there it is. I'll weld a little bit, I'll blow it off with the air gun just to make sure that it's cool. And then when I'm grinding the welds down, I'm really trying not to get into the base metals as much as possible. Is it perfect? No way. But keep in mind, this is my first cab corner I've ever done, so take a look. So I got it pretty good. I wanted to try to get that weld to disappear as much as I could. There's a little bit right here. There's definitely a big low spot right here. I can feel it. I mean, there's definitely highs and lows, you know, of course. I mean, and on the bottom of the door here, we have quite a bit of rust. It rotted out the bottom of the door. Now, to repair that, we did buy these door halves, or the lower half of the doors. Yeah, there she is. I mean, I got it pretty good. This corner here matches really nice. And then I got this blended in really good. I had to weld this up a couple times just to get it filled in real nice. This seam here is all blended in really good, so got a couple highs and lows in here, but actually it came out pretty good, pretty decent really. All right, well, there's the original skin. You can definitely see how pitted, even as far up as I cut this thing, it's still pretty pitted up towards the top of this door skin, but I'm just gonna have to be really careful as I weld this seam. Unfortunately, I probably won't be able to hammer and dolly it, but it's gonna be what it's gonna be, really. So I don't know what to do here. I really need to planish this weld. I think if I start beating on this weld, I think it's gonna flatten it out. I think it'll fix it. My problem is I can't get my arm in the door. So that was my mistake for not doing the door skin first instead of the inner part. So I can't reach it because the hole in the door is so small. I'm starting to think I might just need to put doors on this truck. I'm already invested a lot of time and a lot of hours into these doors, and I'm not even close to being done with them. You know, I'd like to just keep moving forward on this thing, but this thing just feels like it's just been kicking me in the butt, you know. I just feel like I'm going backwards. So let me show you one thing before I go. Any of you guys like old COE trucks? I'll do a little teaser here, but stay tuned for this project coming up. All right, boys, now that the cab over is done, kinda, sorta, still got a few more things to do to this, but in the meantime, time to get back on this. So basically, we put this project aside so I could build the cab over. All right, here we go, pushing more dead projects. Oh. At least this is lighter than the cab over. A little bit more. All right, another victim of Wally's butchery. All right, let's talk about this thing. Sister-in-law's truck. Plan now is to chop this thing 6 inches. We're gonna do a 4-link rear suspension. We're gonna do tubular control arms, full airbag suspension, 20-inch wheels. We're gonna slam this thing so it lays frame. I can't wait. It's gonna be so much fun. No, we're not doing any of that. Nope, this thing's just gonna be basically a stock cruiser. As much as probably half the internet would like to see that, the other half would not like to see that. I honestly don't wanna do all that. And of course, like any good body shop, I let this thing sit out in the backyard and I let moisture get on it, and it did flash rust all that metal that I did all that work on. Not a big deal. It's just really light surface rust. It'll come right off. No big deal. All right, now that you guys are all caught up on the work that I did to this truck already, I want to thank my sister-in-law for letting me push this thing aside to build my cab over. All right, so the ultimate goal for this thing is she just wants a really nice driver. She wants to jump in this thing, fire it up, not have to worry about anything, and that's why we went with the C10 frame and the LS 4L60 combo. It's going to be a great, reliable, simple combination. All right, now as far as the sheet metal is concerned on this truck, we did decide to go ahead and get new fenders for it. The eyebrows up here are really rusted on the bottom side, and these things are just caked in Bondo underneath here. Plus the lower corners are really rough as well, and somebody cut the supports and everything out of there. So these fenders are going to need a massive amount of work. So at the end of the day, my goal is to get this truck done for her as quickly as I can, and the best way to speed that up is just go ahead and replace the fenders And I haven't talked to her yet, but I'm probably going to make her replace the bed sides and all of that as well. Again, these things are they're a little rough. Now the fenders themselves are fine. They're in good shape. There's not a lot of mud in them. You can see just a little bit where the lines aren't right, but we can take care of that and fix that. The bigger issue is this thing is rusted out here pretty good on the inside. And then somebody welded in a big steel plate for the bed in this thing. And so you can see all the welding and stuff on this rail. Plus it really damaged that side rail. It's really wavy. And the front bed rail up there is really rusted, so that whole front piece needs to be replaced anyway. So for the cost of 2 new side rails and the front headache rack there, or the front head rail, it just makes more sense to replace it. Now there's very little sheet metal work left to do on the cab itself. I've just got some holes that I need to fill in the dash that we're not going to use. And then we're probably going to end up cutting out those vents because we're no longer going to use those. Her husband wants to put in a sound system for this thing, and that's a good place for speakers. And we're actually going to do the cowl vent seal up here. We're going to go ahead and eliminate the cowl vent completely as well. Being in Arizona here, it's not a big deal. We really don't need the fresh air. She can just crack the windows on this thing, open a vent window, whatever. Plus it'll have full vintage air as well. Now, it was 100% my intention to build this thing along with the cab over kind of at the same time and go back and forth, but I soon realized that, man, I just didn't have the energy to do that between a full-time job and doing the cab over. And that cab over took up the whole backyard back here, so I had no room to do anything anyway. So I really didn't, and I didn't want to do this on the other side of the house and have to drag anyway. I decided to just put it aside. She was cool with it, and that's why I was trying to hustle on the cab over to knock that thing out as quickly as possible. As far as the frame is concerned, we're going to strip this thing down to 100% bare metal. And we're going to do a complete rebuild on everything. The suspension, all of it. Every bushing and ball joint, you name it. Everything's going to get replaced. I'm going to clean it up as best I can too. Try to fill in some holes here and there that are not needed just to make it look a little bit better. Then we'll put a nice chassis black paint job on it like I did to the cab over, and we should call that good. All right, so all in all, this should be a pretty fun project. It should be a challenging project because this truck has to be 100% right. I can't cut any corners on this thing. The cab over, yeah, we cut some corners on that thing just because of what it is. We were just saving that truck, not restoring that truck. But this thing, different story. All right, stay tuned for more 57 content coming up. I'm gonna try to sprinkle in some other stuff as well. Let me know what you guys wanna see or don't see. I mean, I dabble in a lot of little things, kind of here and there. So I know some people are kind of fixated on watching me do one thing, and the cab over was pretty decent for views, and I don't know how well this thing will do, but I guess we'll find out. But let me know if you guys care, if you don't care. All right, guys, get out there, go work on your projects. Hope you guys are able to get something done on your projects. All right, have a great day. See you on the next one.